You are listening to the Kinky Coach Podcast with Stephanie
and Fox.
Hey, Fox.
Yeah?
You've been a bad boy.
Nice boy. Nice boy should be punished.
This show contains explicit content
And is intended for mature audiences only.
This is what happens when an innocent, successful mental health professional
Falls for a rugged, prior deployed bad boy. You get one hell of a ride.
Just like me, baby. Let's
You
get
freak?
freaky.
Yeah, all right.
Freaky. Wait. Freaky. I have an
Oh.
amazing
Your
singing
voice
voice.
is like
an angel.
freaking jelly. It just sticks to you and makes you sticky.
Icky.
Yeah. Ugh.
Like the sticky icky.
Yeah.
I think we're going to starting our shows off with a fan question.
Well, we've already been doing that.
So, are you saying I'm not special now?
Well, I mean, where have you been the last 4 shows?
Mentally or physically?
I mean, obviously mentally, because we've been starting off with a fan question. What's your fan question?
Okay. So this is coming from Paul. And so this is a pretty standard question, and unfortunately it's going to be one where we don't have too much of an answer, more just some advice.
Okay.
More of advice than an actual answer. But he says, my girlfriend and I have been talking about having a threesome, more specifically with men and women during fantasy sex. I want to make this to become a reality. These are his words. How do I make her want a threesome?
We did a whole show on that.
I know. Well, we did a show on getting a threesome, but I think this is a little different, Paul, because I'm going to speak from obviously a male point of view, but a male who has been in the lifestyle for 20 plus years. There is no way, unless you're going to seduce your girlfriend into a threesome, there's no way to make her want a threesome. Somebody either wants it or they don't. They're willing to see what happens with it or they're not. It's a dangerous question to ask. How do you make her want one? We're all humans. You shouldn't have to make your partner do something, number one. And also be very careful if you're going to go the seduction route. It could be a lot of fun. It can be very positive. But it can absolutely ruin your relationship once that seduction high or sexual high has dropped off.
I agree.
That's my answer. Yeah, so don't try and make her, and I'm not going to coach you into tricking her or anything like that.
I think, again, you have to have a conversation about it.
Yeah. You just have to continue to discuss it, maybe even just be direct with her and say, hey, I've been thinking about doing this for real with you. Is this just sex talk and fantasy play, or is this something you actually really want to do?
Are you interested in?
Yeah. I was looking at Nicole Arbor's butt online real quick. What are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about, does porn help women?
Okay.
And that's pretty generic. So let's talk about in what areas it helps women and kind of narrow that down to where we have a more refined subject.
How about, does porn help women sexually?
I think that that's going to be a better topic.
Okay. Yeah. I think that would be... Yeah.
I mean, since we do talk about sex.
Because it is a very broad question.
It is.
By the way, I like this new desk setup because we can actually look at each other and it doesn't like crink my neck or hurt and it doesn't mess with the mics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how I kind of have the master side of the office and
It's
then
always been that way.
you now have like your little part of it.
Nothing.
I gave you a candle.
Yeah.
So we have this L-shaped desk where we do most of our recording in our office, and we were kind of running all over each other. So we moved the desk around so the larger partition, she has that part. Anyway, I like it better.
Okay.
So speaking of porn, real fast, I needed my little 20-minute break through all the work, and I decided to pull up porn. And
You pull up porn every day. Don't say that it's not just today.
not every day, but like probably 5 times a week.
More than that.
I didn't pull any porn up yesterday. Ha, gotcha, because I was skydiving. I was falling from a plane with style. Anyway, I had my very first porn actress crush.
And who is that?
Very first. Her name is Zoe.
That's it? Zoe?
Zoe.
All right.
Zoe, the freckled redhead.
The nerdy type.
I like the innocent nerdy type, and let me tell you, she has it all. And it's amazing. Anyway, I may have masturbated to her once or twice today. Or not at all, because I was busy working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, we've never watched porn together.
No, we've watched porn once or twice together, haven't we?
We've never watched porn together.
Ever?
Ever. The closest thing we've ever watched is the movie 365.
Which is fucking hot.
Which is amazing, but that's the only thing, the closest that we've got to watching porn together.
Yeah. If you haven't had a chance to go see, what's it called again, exactly?
365.
365. It is
on
a
Netflix.
Foreign film on Netflix. You can see it a lot of other places, and it's actually called 365i or 365di.
I don't know.
The
you
French
just
version.
Type in 365 and that greatness will pop up.
It is fucking sexy.
It is very sexy.
Yeah.
So that's the closest thing we've ever come to watching porn.
Yeah.
Together, that is. And the first time I ever watched porn was about a month ago.
The very first time? You've never watched porn?
Never had a chance. Never.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Interesting. What porn? A, why did you look porn up? Let's start with that.
I didn't look it up. It came across my Twitter.
Porn? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, what? And I just started watching it, and I was like, oh, that was intriguing. And
what was it? What kind of porn?
It was a threesome, 2 girls and a guy.
Okay.
So I don't know. Anyway, it was nice. I watched it and played with myself for the first time ever. And
you masturbated.
And I masturbated.
Oh, shit.
I sent you a video.
That's 2 first. I did not get any
No,
video.
you got the picture. And I was sending you text play-by-play.
Negative.
Yes. And then I did it again. Yes. And then I sent you pictures. So.
Yeah, no, sorry. Sorry, kiddo. What pictures?
Pictures of my panties, because you wanted to see after I had an orgasm.
Well, I didn't. I remember that.
Okay.
I didn't.
There we go.
I did not know that you were watching porn to achieve this.
Yes, I said all of that in the text messages.
Yeah, well, you can't, Oh, well. Oh, well.
I mean, goes further to prove how much you pay attention to me.
It's not about paying attention. That's not fair. I can't remember.
No, it's paying attention.
Go ahead. Make fun of the disabled guy. It's okay.
You're not disabled. Anyway.
I'm not?
No, you're not.
Oh, well, that's the last time I checked my paperwork. It says all sorts of weird stuff.
That's your paperwork.
Well, can I pause you for a second?
Sure.
All right. So I am personally excited because we have been invited to Podcast Palooza.
Oh, yeah.
To do the virtual show.
We are doing a virtual show.
The end of August.
Yes.
All right. August 28th through the 29th.
Yes. And ours
is August 29th.
August 30th.
Oh.
From 3 to 4.
So it's August 30th.
Yes.
From 3 to 4.
Yes.
So it's on the Sunday.
Yes.
Okay. So Sunday, August 30th from
3 to 4.
3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. We will be live and talking about how we need to rewrite the rules for conflict.
Yeah.
Which is another broad topic.
I think it's a nice way of saying, how do you fight maturely and responsibly?
Well, I am going...
And I hate the word fight.
Well,
more like argue or conflict.
I am going to implement, or, I'm writing the book, The Fight Journal, and I'm going to give exclusive insight into my whole premise of the book. And so whoever's tuning in will leave with exclusive material for how to fight fair and how to fight responsibly.
Nice.
And it's all themed towards the lifestyle.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard of Podcast Palooza, first, I think you've been living under a rock.
Everybody's talking about it.
But if you're not living under a rock and you still don't know about it, just go to our website, Kinky Coach, and that's coachwithak.com. Go to our events page. It'll be right there. Yep. Or you can go to our seminar page as well, and all the information will be there with the link, and you can sign up. Obviously, it is online with all this COVID nonsense going on, so it's virtual, but it is live. So it's not pre-recorded.
No, and it's $25 per house.
Yes. And that's per house. That's not per person.
Yeah, per house.
So basically per computer or per ISP address.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think is great considering all of the lineup that's coming in.
Yeah. for sure. There is a lot of other influencers, podcasters, educators, some a lot more popular than us.
Oh, absolutely.
That we kind of fan girl and boy over. Well, you found girl over some of them, for sure.
Only one.
Okay, only one. But the point is, other people know them very well. So if you don't know what this is, again, go to our website or go to Google and type in Podcast Palooza.
Yes.
And get all the details. Check that out. So Sunday, August 30th, 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you want to catch us.
Yes, if you want to catch us. Live.
Perfect.
And in action.
Yeah.
And get the exclusive.
I might be naked.
You're not going to be naked.
No, I won't be.
No, you won't be.
It's not that kind of show.
And it's going to, but it will be exclusive on behind the scenes of the book. So.
Yeah. And it is sponsored by Double Date Nation.
Yes.
You know, we know there's a lot of dating sites out there, and obviously if you go to our website, we're affiliated with
many of them.
With many of them.
Because we like variety.
We do. Kind of like to whore out.
We do.
Kind of like we do in our personal sexual life. But we got to go to Tennessee and actually meet the owners of Double Date Nation.
Dave and Andy.
Yep. I was going to say Andy and Dave, but it's fair you said it like that because, I went with the first person I found more aesthetically attractive because I'm not bisexual, and that would be Andy.
Well,
I think Dave's very, very calm, collective, cool dude.
You're not sexually attracted to Dave?
Yeah, no. That's part of that I'm not bisexual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say he's a handsome man, but I'm not going to go any further than that. But
okay.
So we got to hang out with them very personally and professionally.
Very much so.
Yeah, so we got to hang out at their house.
Andy's beautiful.
She is. And we got to meet a bunch of other influencers and people that are pretty prevalent in this life. So that was a lot of fun. And then we got to have a very nice meeting with them afterwards. So if you haven't had a chance, or if you're debating, if you've heard Double Date Nation, but you're like, well, there's so many others out there. I agree with you. There's a lot of dating websites out there.
Absolutely.
But there is not a lot of dating websites trying to do what they're doing.
I agree. They're just amazing.
They're moving in a most different direction. I'm not going to say anything more because they have a lot of new stuff rolling out, and I'm not going to be a spoiler like that.
Spoiler
But
alert.
what I'm going to tell you is if you have any clue what they're doing, doubledatenation.com. If you want to do 3 months free and check it out and not pay anything, go to our website. Again, kinkycoachwithak.com. Go to our page. It's the dating page. Click on it. Or it's the dating site page, I should say. Boom. There it is. It'll say sign up free. Click on it. Sign up for free. Get 3 months. Check it out. See how you feel about it. Find us, Kinky Coach.
Yes. We have some exclusive pictures on there.
We do. Add us as friends and also go to our community.
Yeah. I think some of the pictures on there are very hot.
Yes.
Of me, of course. I mean.
Yeah, not me. No,
Stop it.
I'm not a good porn star, so.
Oh, and I am not either.
Hey Kinky Nation, do you need help with navigating the swinging lifestyle? Fox and I offer personalized coaching services designed specifically for your relationship needs.
Are you the person that all your friends turn to when they have questions about sex? You should check out the Kinky Coach Sex Coach Certification Course and get paid for sex coaching instead of doing it for free. Just go to kinkycoach.com.
Lastly, if you feel that you are in need of therapeutic services for your relationship or individually, please visit Beautiful Beginnings with an S, LLC.org for more information on the counseling services I offer. Okay, Kinky Nation, let's get back to the show.
So we're talking about porn, and the question is, does porn help women?
Sexually,
more specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am obviously not a female. I can only speak from a male point of view and speak about other partners I've had that have watched porn. And in my opinion, it's very beneficial, male or female, but especially women, because a lot of you are just now coming around into your sexual exploration. Society has finally relaxed their attitude against women and their sexuality, and you are able to be who you are.
I agree. So I'm going to speak from a research point of view.
Of course, I expect nothing less.
Well, thank you. In a study done by the Pew Research, they found that only 8% of women said that they viewed internet porn. Do you believe that?
I do not. I believe that 8% were willing to admit that.
Willing to admit that. I agree. Well, then Ann Summers comes along, and she's a British, that's a hard word to say for me for some reason. British. A British sex toy retailer. She conducted her own study on her website, and she found that 55% of women say that they view porn at least once a month.
Now, I believe that because I dated 2 actual British Air Force female pilots, and they are very sexual and very into porn.
Okay. The question is, do we get anything out of watching porn?
Specifically with females?
Specifically, yes.
Specifically. So are you asking me, or are you about to make
No,
a
I'm
claim or
asking you.
statement?
I mean, I will make a claim or a statement, but I want to hear your point of view.
So my point of view comes from my own point of view, because regardless of whether I have a vagina or not, I think people in general kind of work the same way. And I would say that it's very beneficial for me to watch porn because it allows me to create a fantasy in my head safely and decide if I was okay with it to begin with and if I want to incorporate it in the real world. It also gets my creative juices flowing and makes me think of also many other things.
I would agree. But the small porn that I watched a couple months ago, that gave me a lot of ideas.
Right. And that's what honestly porn does for me, because I don't even watch the full video. I watch a couple seconds, I close my eyes, and next thing I know, I'm in my own fantasy, thinking about my own stuff.
Sure.
And I'm not even paying attention to what's on the screen. I may utilize the audio, but I'm in my own world after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I went into my own world, but...
Well, it was your first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes.
So I guess I need to practice more. I mean, hopefully maybe you'll watch it with me, since you're kind of selfish and just watch it with yourself.
I don't mind watching porn with you at all. It doesn't bother me, period. You may not like everything I like, but that's okay.
You are a very different kind of person.
Risque?
You are different. Yeah.
What does that mean?
I mean, you like different things. You're kind of hardcore.
Nah.
Where I'm kind of not.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there are some things that the Journal for Sex Research came out and said they did their study. And they said that they came up with 4 really significant findings for women who watch porn.
Okay.
Women who watch porn are more empathetic porn viewers.
Explain that to me. Empathy towards porn?
Yeah. They had empathy for the performers. So when they're watching it, women watching it have empathy. They comment on facial expressions. They kind of put themselves in the performer's shoes, and they, that might hurt, or, oh God, that's not comfortable, that type of thing. They notice if women are experiencing true pleasure or if they were just acting it out.
Let's test that theory right now. First of all, I got my porn actress's name wrong, which tells you how much I pay attention to porn actresses' names. Her name is Faye Reagan. I'm going to show you a brief little clip, and she makes a facial expression that completely just turns me on. I want you to tell me whether this is real or not.
Okay.
Okay.
First off, can we just say the music is just
A little cheesy, but...
on point.
You see that face? Hang on. So she's on her back. This guy's inside of her. She looks very innocent, young.
She does have a very beautiful vagina.
Yeah. See that face?
Yeah, that's a fake face.
That's fake?
Yeah,
No,
most definitely.
Don't tell me that's fake.
That is most definitely a performance face.
That's almost like a whining face that you give to me. I mean, I love it. Because you give this face. Like, see right there?
That's natural. That one, the second face, I don't feel like is natural at all.
You don't think it's natural?
No, I think that...
So let me tell everyone what we're looking at. This young lady is on her back. A gentleman's inside of her. They're on a couch. And she closes her eyes. She throws her head back. And she is just in her own world. So Stephanie does this a lot when we're having sex. She almost gives no noise. And a lot of people would say, well, if she's giving no noise, maybe she doesn't like it. When that's not true at all.
There's no breath. I hold my breath, I think is...
I have no idea what
I think I'm holding my breath. And so
And the face this woman gives is just magical to me, because I relate it back to you, and so it's just super hot. Yeah. Anyway.
And then the second face is definitely
It's
a porn
totally fake.
face.
Okay.
That's definitely a porn face. I mean, she's hot. She's. I would like to finish watching that with you later.
Okay. So
I would like to see more of her.
we can do that.
Yeah.
So with what you just saw and the statement you just made, women are empathetic.
Yes.
Watching that brief little 5 to 10 second clip, tell me what your empathetic or thoughts were towards her.
She was enjoying herself,
Okay.
but she was also playing it up for the camera. So
Okay.
one of the things about women being empathetic and the perception of the porn star's enjoyment of the play or the, I guess, experience is that women connect it to their own arousal. And the study found that if a woman perceives that sexual activity as just unrealistic or just not genuine, like maybe the second face we saw, that's not pleasurable to them. They want the authentic, the real pleasure, and that's what turns them on.
So I totally agree with that, because I am then like a woman where I don't like fake porn. If I
Yes.
feel it's fake, it totally turns me off. If the woman looks fake or she looks like a plastic surgery doll, it completely turns me off. I like realistic homemade porn.
Yes.
Or porn that looks like...
It is, yeah.
So I would have to agree with that.
The music that's in some of the porn.
The music kills it for me.
Yeah, that
be
was
honest.
definitely...
Yeah, I tried really hard to find the audio to that porn, but because it's free and it's on Pornhub, they covered it up with the music, so you want to go buy the actual video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how Pornhub works.
Sometimes.
Okay.
If they're smart, that's how they work. It's a good marketing trick to make you want to hear the sounds.
I mean, that's...
Oh, I went to the website and looked to see how much it was.
Oh my gosh.
There was no way I'm buying porn.
I just remember, I have seen a porn before.
See, the truth comes out.
Oh my gosh. I was 19.
I feel like
Oh my gosh.
you are full of lies
No.
and deceit now.
It was Pirates or Pussy Pirates or something. Jeez.
Some stupid...
So stupid, but it was a bunch of women pirates.
Anal Attack 10.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bunch of women pirates.
That's probably a real thing. Anal Attack 10.
I'm probably.
As you talk, I'm looking this up now, because now I'm curious.
I forgot all about watching that. And the reason why I just remembered it was because my little brother found it. And he was like, Mom!
No shit. There is a couple different porns called Anal Attack. Look at that.
Well,
This is the type of stuff that doesn't do it for me. It's garbage. It's fake. I'm not into it.
I don't like that stuff.
Yeah.
I like the sensual, what you just showed me from what you just showed.
So back to women and their experience with porn.
Okay.
You said there was 4 things.
Yeah. The second thing is women tend to internalize the porn that they watch.
Like self-discover it within themselves? Or put themselves into the scenario?
Okay, well, I'm sure that they put themselves in the scenario, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They're reevaluating their own body compared to the performer's body.
Oh, you should never do that.
Well, that's what we do.
Okay.
And they compare bodies in positions as things are going on. They compare pubic hair grooming or lack of, maybe the way the breasts are shaped. I know that just in the little bit that I watched, I was watching the woman's stomach move because I was like, well, I mean, mine does that too because, well, it's babies. And that made me feel a little bit better about myself. But then again, the other girl was like 19 and amazingly fit and hot. So women reported in this survey that they felt less secure about their own bodies after watching porn.
Well, I can see that because there's been a whole movement for a while of sexualizing how a woman's body should look. I don't want to see... I notice I'm being very careful about saying sexualizing women.
Yeah, no, the way they look, yes.
But the way they look, right? Models, magazines, etc. push this one-way Hollywood attitude and style. And frankly, that's a crock of shit to me. Because one day I might want a thick girl, the next day I want a skinny girl, the next day I want a tall Amazon woman. I don't know any guy that wants the same type of woman all the damn time. And
well, that's why we're in the lifestyle.
Right. And if I were to find a guy like that, I would say that he is probably not.
I would say he's not living his authentic self.
Well, and I would say he's not very mature in his sexual appetite, and he is probably very vain and has locked into a target aesthetic frame of mind, meaning, oh, this is exactly what I should be with, and this is the perfect woman, and he can't see outside that box.
Yeah.
And so his maturity level, to me, is not there.
I would agree with that. So he would be sexually immature.
Yes. And possibly even just immature in general.
Okay. So yeah, women internalize it.
Okay.
And
It's like mothers that have stretch marks. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm a dad, so stretch marks don't bother me whatsoever because they just don't. You know, or women that are pregnant. There's a lot of guys that think that's.
I think a pregnant
disgusting.
woman
Is
is
gorgeous.
the most sexy thing ever.
Yeah, agreed. I've had sex with many of them. It's great.
Think they are. I've never had sex with one, but I think that they are just
It's fantastic.
extremely sexy.
It's fantastic. It's a different type of sex, to be honest.
Well, I would imagine.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the fourth?
The third.
The third. I thought we were on the fourth.
No, we're on the third.
Okay.
Women reported various comfort levels and preferences for how porn use was incorporated into their relationships. So it was almost kind of split across the board. Some women thought it was arousing to watch it with their partners. And they watched it and they got ideas and they were like, oh, let's try this. And they would pause it and jump into that position and see how it felt and be like, yay or nay, and keep going. And they got really aroused by that. And then there was this whole other side of women who became completely threatened by it. And watching it with their partner really made them feel inferior.
Yeah.
Because they did not like seeing their partner aroused by somebody else.
Then those are probably not people that are deemed fit for the lifestyle.
Absolutely not. So
I'm just going to throw that out there right now. Yeah.
no, and I completely agree. So the porn use in relationships kind of was split down the middle. We have the women who are like, hell yeah, let's try it. Hang me from the ceiling. And then the women who were threatened by it.
Okay, I can see that. Interesting enough, during our trip, we met a beautiful, fun couple, and we had a little bit of fun with them. And we came to realize that we were their very first
Full swap. Yes.
And in normal fashion, because this happens a lot, the man seeing me with his partner for the first time, having to mentally prepare himself to please another woman he doesn't know sexually at all, that can create a lot of stress. And he made a comment during, and he was a very mature gentleman, took it very well, because initially, he had a little bit of trouble. But
I didn't take it well.
You didn't take it well, true. But this is perfectly normal. Him and I actually sat and had a great conversation and talked all about it, for like 10, 15 minutes. And later that night, he performed quite well.
Oh, amazingly.
Matter of fact, the next day you were like, I'm sore and it's throbbing and this feels great. And I was like, yes. Perfect.
It was so amazing.
But he made a comment.
Okay, what's the comment?
Because I was doing something and if I remember correctly, he said, well, I can't do that. And I thought, and I heard the comment and I thought to myself, it's not about what someone else can do and whether you can or can't do that. You have your own strengths, your own weaknesses.
Your own style.
So I would say to women, half of women in porn, they're not having real sex anyway. Don't misunderstand. It is porn. They are getting paid to do this. Now,
yes.
I do know porn actresses from my Playboy days that have admitted that they love their profession because they orgasm naturally almost every single time. And so why not?
Yeah.
Why not get paid to have sex? It's awesome. But then there's the more drastic or the ones that fake it completely. So don't misunderstand real sex for porn. I would be very careful in comparing myself to porn and at all, period. That's it. That's all I want to say. Yeah.
Okay. You ready for the fourth one?
I'm ready. Because I thought we were already at the fourth.
I know.
So apparently I can't count.
It's okay. So this one is probably one of my favorites.
Okay.
Because I love cognitive dissonance. Do you know what cognitive dissonance is?
I know what cognitive is.
Okay.
I'm not going to pretend like I know what that D word is. I know another D word.
What's your D word?
The big D.
Oh, wow. Okay, so dissonance is when you see something happen and it really doesn't align with your personal beliefs or how you feel. And so it's that when you see it happen, it's like, should I be enjoying this? Because you have that it's that second of, ooh, should I be enjoying that? So Leon Festinger came up with that.
So Leon, it's awesome that you've determined that. I'm going to tell you that will never happen to me because I am a sexually aggressive individual.
Well, cognitive dissonance doesn't come about sex. It's anything. It's seeing somebody do something and you're like, oh, maybe that's wrong. So the number of women reported having a certain perspective of porn that didn't necessarily align with their behaviors.
Okay.
Right? Women reported that it was sexually arousing. Some women reported, and they also at the same time thought it was socially inappropriate to watch.
Okay.
Almost the thought pattern that porn is for men and not for women.
So it's interesting because I know a lot of guys who don't watch porn and they feel the same way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So the cognitive dissonance comes into play when the women feel conflicted, like they're enjoying it, but they don't feel like it's socially accepted. And
Right.
so for women to enjoy, so they're like, oh God, am I supposed to be doing this?
Okay. That makes sense. And I'm not going to say for every man, but I would say that unless they come from an extremely religious background, men don't have that hanging over them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In addition to women feeling this cognitive dissonance for the fact of them saying, oh, I'm watching it, I'm enjoying it, but it's not socially acceptable, and that kind of angst they feel. They also reported that they have concerns about holding a negative perception of the actors themselves, but they still like to watch it. So there's that cognitive dissonance. Oh, they think bad. Oh, you're just a whore. Oh, but I'm going to watch you whore out type thing.
That's interesting. Huh. I can't speak to that because I've never even had that thought. So, okay. I have no feedback for that because I've never had that frame of mind. So I don't even know how to respond to that other than don't call the kettle black.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I would throw back, Mm-hmm.
So that was just one of the many studies.
Okay.
I have been fangirling, want to be when I grow up, Dr. Nicole Prouse.
Who is Dr. Nicole
Dr.
Prouse?
Nicole Prouse.
Is she hot?
I think she's very pretty.
Do you?
Yeah.
You talk, I'll look her up.
Okay. So what I love about her is she is, of course, a PhD.
She's a neuropsychologist or a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
for human sexual behavior.
For human sexual behavior,
and
yes.
Psychology, sexual response. Very
yes.
Nice. Okay.
She's amazing, and she's got all these studies going. But the reason why I bring her up is because she has got a crazy amount of death threats lately. And she's been very public about that on her Twitter.
Death threats?
Yes, because anti-porn misogynists are saying that she is the reason why women are going crazy and watching porn, and she's even posted it on Twitter.
She is cute,
isn't she? I just think she's just,
and she looks tall.
She does look tall.
Oh, I would climb her like a tree. Okay, sorry. Anyway,
but they're stalking her, and they've even put her name and address. I mean, her phone number and address online.
That's ridiculous.
And they're picketing her all because she is a female who researches how women's sexuality and this particular subject, how porn helps women improve their sexuality.
Well, I hope she has a gun in her purse and she knows how to use it because that's absolutely insane.
And I want to call attention to her because I think she's doing great work. Mm-hmm. And I think that these people who are the anti-porn stockists, extremists,
crude pieces of garbage, that can't mind their own business,
yes, are just
ridiculous,
out of line. I have no words for it.
I do. It's felonious.
It is. FBI is involved in 4 different countries right now.
Like I said, it's felonious. I mean, I'm not going to jump into the legal aspect of law enforcement and explain why you should knock it off, and you're probably going to end up in prison, not jail, but prison.
Yeah.
So have fun with that. You know what's interesting is if these individuals get caught and they go to prison, that's the least of their worries is a woman who researches sexology. That's
agree.
the least of their worries. You're going to get your own personal porn probably every single day because you are a coward.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I completely agree. I think that her work is very vital, and what she's doing is bringing attention to how women can embrace their sexuality and explore it more, and she's trying to normalize it. So
when are you going to have her on the show?
I am so trying.
Okay.
I'm stalking her on Twitter, not going to lie, and I'm going to reach out and ask her to join us.
Absolutely.
So
I think we should invite her here to go hang out by the lake so I can see her in a bikini.
Oh, I mean...
And then we could try and seduce her after we interview her.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind an in-house interview with her.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Don't know her... and just to be completely clear, we don't know her sexual orientation or sexual preferences or anything of that nature, but we know ours.
We know ours.
So we're just throwing that out there. But, yeah, she's also a fun follow on Twitter, so...
Okay. Sweet.
I am definitely fangirling over her and plan on having her on the show because I think she's amazing.
Awesome.
So that's what I have. In my research, I feel like porn makes women have better sex lives. It allows them to step outside of their box. It allows them to
have creativity. Look at things in a different way. Try things they never thought of. I know that there's some things that I want to try, especially with our girlfriend after that, watching that threesome. What about it makes them more confident because they see that other women are allowed, so to speak, or willing to behave in such a high sexual function?
I think it normalizes it.
Normalizes it?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that the porn actresses who are more
down to earth,
everyday women,
yeah,
who might have a little extra fluff in their butt and a little more jiggle in their wiggle.
Ooh, I like butts.
I know. And those women are the ones who are making the most change for everyday women like myself. The naturalist, I don't know if I'd call them naturalists, porn stars, are really making porn easy for women to watch. And there's a whole genre of porn directed by women for women that...
Well, it's more intimate.
It's intimate. It's not as gritty. It's not as dirty.
And I know exactly what you're talking about. I just don't remember the genre title right now because I've come across it. There's actually a whole website of professional models that specifically only do intimacy porn specific to women.
I think I would like that because I really enjoyed the 365. There was a storyline to it. Granted, it was kind of cheesy, but it was still something that got me connected. I felt for the characters. So when they started having sex, it was just like, oh yeah, I get it.
Right.
Let's go with that.
Oh, it was hot.
It was very hot. So yeah.
For sure.
I think, just normalizing it and knowing that it's acceptable.
Right.
So that's my spiel for the evening.
Your spiel?
My spiel.
So I would say that if you are a female and you are considering watching porn, do it.
Absolutely.
For the many reasons that we have stated today. If you are still embarrassed, but you're still somewhat adventurous, you can talk to someone about it. You can talk to your partner about it. You can reach out to us if you want.
Sure.
Not all porn has to be hardcore. Like we said, there is a very intimate, respectful genre out there.
Erotic.
That targets women specifically. Look into that. Don't type in anal attack. You're probably not going to get what you're looking for, right? Use the keywords like makes love, intimate, partner. I mean, use those soft words during your search for porn. Don't watch something that if you get into it and you realize, well, this is not for me, then get out of there.
Change channel.
Yeah, change the channel. I mean,
find something different.
That's what a controller's for, right? So
I'm glad you said that because porn is not a one size fits all
at all.
And there are so many different elements and genres and activities, and so you may watch it and view one style, and that's okay. You don't like that style, but there's another style you might like. So don't try it once and then give up on it.
Agreed, because There is no one size fits all when it comes to porn. That's a great thing. I'm not into piss play. I have no desire for golden showers, but I know some people that love it, and I do mean love it. And I personally don't understand the desire or the sexiness or the infatuation with it, but it's a thing.
It's a thing. It's their thing.
Or stepping on nuts.
And these are all videos.
There is a whole dominatrix thing out there where women humiliate these men, and there's like nut play. That's just what I'm going to call it. I'm sure I'm not calling it the right thing. Literally, these men get off on having their nuts stepped on.
And so you may not be into that type of porn, and may not want to watch that. And
Maybe.
that's okay.
Just to be clear, not only am I not into that type of porn, if you ever tried to step on my nuts, we probably would stop having sex for a while.
Well, I don't want to hurt your nuts. I
would
really like them.
Probably gravitate towards our girlfriend or someone else that's not trying to hurt me and protect myself from you for a while. I may even wear a chastity belt in the house.
I happen to really enjoy your nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't really care about my
I know
balls.
you don't. You don't like them. I love rubbing them, but
it's
you
not
don't
that
like
I don't
them.
like them. It's just that I don't really. It doesn't do anything for me.
It doesn't do anything for you, but it does for me.
Well, then go for it.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay.
Just be careful.
I'm very gentle with your balls.
You are not very gentle with the tip of my penis. You forget that there's friction, and friction hurts.
You're sensitive.
Especially dry skin. The tip of my penis is very
You're
sensitive.
very sensitive.
So when you go to rub and it's like skin against skin, create friction, that doesn't feel good in a certain sense. It hurts, yeah.
You're the first guy I've ever had do that.
Yeah, well.
So that's why it's...
You now owe beer. Beer! You said first.
Yeah, well...
You said first 3 times today. First for that, first with porn, first with masturbation. You owe 3 cases of beer.
I will definitely give that some consideration.
So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, in the skydiving community, anytime you have done a first, you owe beer.
Yep.
And it's a case of beer. It's not a 6-pack.
No.
And it sure as hell ain't Coors Light.
And you know what? They really don't sell cases of beer, cases of good beer anymore.
They don't.
You have to buy them. So what we do is buy them like 12 packs or, well, actually...
No, we buy, it's like a 12-pack, but it's
well, we buy
very good
multiple
beer.
6-packs
Yeah.
of the good beer.
Yeah, that's
So.
how that works.
Yeah.
So, porn, women, awesome, good. Let's quickly talk about our trip to Tennessee.
Okay.
So, Stephanie and I took a trip to Tennessee. We just felt like, well, first we were going to attend an event in Tennessee, and we were going to help co-host with a whole bunch of other influencers in lifestyle. Well, because of stupid COVID and nonsense, it got canceled.
Fucking COVID.
Yeah, so, and it didn't get canceled altogether. It's been postponed to a later date.
Sure.
Well, with all the work we've been doing and with the company growing, we just said...
With both companies growing.
Yeah. Your counseling company growing and this company growing. We said, screw this. We need to go on a damn vacation by ourselves.
Yeah.
Because as parents, most of the stuff we do always involves our kids. Because we love them, and why not involve them? So we forget sometimes that we need alone time.
Absolutely.
So we were like, screw this. So initially we were going to fly, and I said, no. Why are we going to fly? We can do a road trip, and we can stay at some other places. So we went to Arkansas, Hot Springs.
We did.
Stayed at a lake house.
A little Airbnb.
Mm-hmm. That place was beautiful.
Very nice.
Awesome. Yep.
Very relaxing.
What was that guy's name? He was a performer.
Like Blaine Murphy or something like that?
I don't know. He was a illusionist and a magician.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max. It was Max something.
I don't know.
Yeah, Maxwell. So this entertainer owned the house, so it was very like stylish, unique.
Yeah, it was different.
House. But it had a huge deck, literally on the water, and it was just fantastic. So
we had sex all over that deck.
Oh yes, we did.
We
waited till it got dark. We had a couple drinks, ate, and then Stephanie gave me a very sexual, seductive blowjob. Mm-hmm. That led to sex on the deck. We at that point did not care who was watching what was happening. So that was a lot of fun. And then we took back off the next day, went to Tennessee, went to a house party.
Which was fun.
Yeah. Got to meet a whole bunch of other influencers that kind of had the same idea as we did. we don't care if the event is canceled. We already had tickets. We're going to go do this.
Sure.
We want to get away as well, right?
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun. We played a lot of games, had a couple of drinks, joked around, did a lot of laughing.
Lots of laughing.
Lots of laughing, yeah. But we were beat. So, like, we actually left earlier than most people because we had been driving, had a 6-hour drive that day. So we were kind of done.
We were.
So we went back to our Airbnb, had our personal intimate time.
Yeah.
Woke up the next day, went skydiving.
We did.
Yep.
So much fun. That was the most fun I've ever had skydiving in my life.
You keep saying that.
I know.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. You know why it was so much fun?
Why?
Because you weren't trying to be the trainer. Because at our drop zone, you're like the instructor. You know, you.
Whoa. Let's be careful. I am not an instructor.
You're not. No.
Okay.
No. You're not the instructor, but you're teaching.
Coaching.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
You're constantly coaching, and you coach me, and which is fine. But sometimes that's all you do, and I can never do anything good enough. And when we were here,
yeah, I get locked into coaching.
and so it was us just having fun. So when I really analyzed it, that's why I had fun, was because you weren't trying to be my coach, and I could finally do something that wasn't wrong.
You act like I criticize you to
Every
death.
jump.
No, I do not.
You find something wrong.
I do what a coach should do. Hey, that was fun. Now let's talk about what we could do better next time. But I don't just talk about what you did wrong. I talk about what I did wrong too.
Sure.
Especially if I catch myself doing wrong, because I still very much do stupid stuff and stuff that's wrong for the jump that we're trying to do.
Yeah, but we didn't do any of that, and it was just strictly us having fun.
Sure.
And that's why it was the most amazing time I've ever had skydiving.
Okay. I will put that into my data banks, but you're correct. It's very hard for me at our home drop zone because so to be clear, I am not a skydiving instructor.
No, not at all.
I am not even a skydiving coach yet. I am training to be a coach. My coach course comes up in about a month.
Yes.
But I help teach our ground school. Before anyone that's a skydiver flips out, I do it under the direction of the SNTA and under the direction
They're right there with you.
of the instructor that's teaching the course. Like, I do not teach anything solo whatsoever. I assist. But I have become pretty good at the curriculum. So I do get caught up in them saying, hey, go teach them, and we'll just kind of hang out in the background. Because I like that. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So it's true. I do get locked into that coach frame of mind with everybody. And that's so I can completely understand where you're coming from. Anyway, so we do that. Then we take off because we're supposed to meet
We were
some
so
friends.
late.
We were so late.
We
I
were
felt
supposed
so
to have a
terrible.
dinner date, and we got caught up in skydiving, and we were so late.
Yeah, so I thought, man, they're going to think that we're flakes, and they're going to be like, screw you, and blow us off. But they were very understanding and very, delightful about it.
They're just so awesome.
They are. Very fun. And so we hung out with our friends.
We did.
Had a great night. They left, and then we ended up doing our thing.
Yeah.
Which obviously means more sexy time. Thank you.
It was very nice.
I mean, that was kind of the goal for the whole weekend. She literally told me on the way up there, I don't care what happens this weekend, I'm going to hoe out.
Yep.
And I said, okay, so are you telling me? She goes, I am telling you I'm going to hoe out. So I may do things to other people that I don't normally do, and I don't care. And I'm like, roger that. Security brained off to an extent. So we get up the next day, and we have brunch.
We do.
Yep. Oh, no, actually it was a lunch. Brunch, lunch, whatever.
Well, maybe
it was
lunch.
Around, it was around 11.
We slept in. I'm not going to lie.
We slept in. We were exhausted. So then we met with some other influencers, and it was supposed to really just be kind of a business style meeting, at least in our head.
Yeah.
Because the night before, nobody really got sexy at the get together. It was just a very casual bunch of friends together hanging out. Like
Yeah,
nothing,
it was
no expectations.
None, just us getting to know each other.
So we thought, hey, cool. We met some awesome people. Were we attracted to them? Yeah, we had already talked about it. But there was zero expectation, and we were really just there for a meeting.
A meeting.
Well, that meeting turned into fun.
Wow. That's all I have to
And
say
that
about
fun
that.
was fun.
That was so much
Yeah.
fun.
So we...
And it turned into all day.
We did. We hung out with them pretty much all day.
All day, all day,
Yeah,
all
so-
night. They left around midnight.
Yeah, they left pretty late. So we ended up having a blast the entire trip. The next day we had another meeting that went very well. So we did a lot of networking.
Sure. It was a lot of networking.
And then a lot of sex.
It was.
So it was
So much
overall
fun.
a great time. Lots of success in both departments, business-wise and sexually.
Yes.
So there are a lot of probably very big things down the pipeline from this trip that are going to be happening. Ones that we really can't talk a whole lot about, just kind of give you a teaser that we are moving in a much more dominant direction.
I want to give a tease.
Sure.
I have committed to making some very large life changes.
Oh, you have.
And I'm going to follow through with this. And I'm going to document it
On video.
for our
Yes.
listeners, because our listeners have to hold me accountable when I can tell the full story. I'm a little nervous, but you know what? Fuck it, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, that is a tease because we don't want to talk
Yeah, I
much
can't
more
talk
about
about
it
it
just
much
yet.
more about it, but hey.
Not until that relationship is finalized
Yep.
and we know what direction we're going with it. So I want to leave you with 4 major hints. And I need to pull this back up because I'm not going to market this just yet, but I created an ad for it. And I don't completely remember everything I put in there. Our exciting news includes 4 hints.
Okay.
The first hint is we may be getting the D.
Yes.
You tracking that?
I'm tracking it all.
So the kinky coach may be getting the D.
Yes.
And I'm going to leave that at hint number 1.
Okay.
Okay. Hint number 2. This one's it's a very generalized
Yeah.
statement, but it is very sexy and it is very new, something the lifestyle hasn't seen before.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
Okay.
a good tease.
Hint number 3. It is like a threesome.
It is like a threesome.
You tracking that
oh,
too?
yeah. That is so
Yeah?
good.
You like that? Yeah. Okay. And the very 4th hint, you just read it?
I did.
The 4th hint, we had to come to get it.
Wow.
You like that?
I
We
did.
had to come to get it. So these are the 4 hints that I'm giving. So we may be getting the D. It's sexy and new, something the lifestyle hasn't seen before. It's like a threesome, and we had to come to get it. Now, this news is going to be public for everyone soon.
Soon.
If it works out the way we want it to. And it will be available to everybody.
Yes.
Everyone, period.
Regardless if they're in a lifestyle or not.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool.
So there's our exciting news. Very masked and encrypted.
I like it.
Yeah, you like that?
I do.
I
Good job.
have some brains sometimes.
You have a lot of
Yeah.
brains. Quit downplaying yourself.
Anyhow. All right, so it is very late where we are at. We've been working really, really hard. So we are coming to a close
Yes.
and about to say goodnight and go to bed and do our thing. Well, I'm not going to go to bed. I have some more work to do. But before we do that, I noticed that you're wearing your,
You like it?
your swinger symbol necklace.
I am. I love this. I've been wearing it now for several weeks.
You have.
And it is just a simple piece of jewelry that kind of symbolizes, well, it doesn't kind of symbolize, it symbolizes that I'm a swinger. And it's discreet, and I love it.
Now, to be fair, there are a lot of symbols out there.
There are.
Right? So the swinger-symbol.com is the website. Oh, I've heard some feedback where people are like, oh, well, there's so many symbols. There's this, there's that. There's pineapples, there's flamingos, there's,
Everything.
so many things.
Yeah.
Correct. There is. The thing I like about this company is that it's a very basic symbol. Okay? It's
Discreet.
it is discreet because if you were to look at it, you would just think it literally was a basic symbol. Okay? But it is a form of a swing and a circle if you look at it. So the swing represents obviously the swinger lifestyle or open relationship. The circle represents a community or gathering.
Yeah.
Okay? Their main colors are red and black. Obviously, red is for love and passion and sexuality, and black is for power, control, and attraction. So I very much enjoy the concept. The nice thing about the swinger symbol is the symbol they've created they did not patent it, and they did not patent it on purpose. So if you go to swinger-symbol.com, you can actually read all about the symbol, how they created it, and it is free for anyone to use any way they see fit. So even if you don't like the jewelry or you can't afford it or whatever, the reasoning is, you can take it and do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, you can take that symbol and make it yours.
Yeah. Now, if you are looking for jewelry and you do want a discount, you can go to our website. Again, Kinky Coach with a K.
Our website has everything.
Yeah. So go on there, okay? Click on our friends, and you will see the swinger symbol. You get 10% off if you click on the link to our website, or if you just happen to go to swinger-symbol.com, use the shopping code Kinky Coach, and it'll give you 10% off all of the items.
I love a good discount.
Yeah. I always look for discounts.
I'm a bargain shopper.
I'm a cheapskate.
Yes,
like
you are. We both are.
I'm always looking for the angle or the discount or the same quality but less. It's just how it is. So, I mean, I'm not bankrupt. I've never had to file bankruptcy, and I'm not broke. So, my strategy's working, right?
That's right.
They say millionaires are the cheapest sons of guns, and since we have a couple friends that are millionaires, I can attest to they are some cheap sons of a bitches. I have a buddy who invested early on at the beginning of high school with IBM and Apple, and now he's a multimillionaire. Huge mansion, etc. He buys some expensive stuff, but for the most part, this guy shops at Target, Walmart, doesn't buy expensive stuff, goes on Amazon, is like, screw that, and only spends money when he absolutely wants to. So, yeah. The point being is, I am elating myself to hopefully one day be a millionaire.
I hope we are.
Hope so. Anyway, all right, we're going to get out of here. We got editing to do and a bunch of other work to do with some of the big news that's coming up. So we will talk to you guys later.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Hey, Fox.
Not again.
Why don't you tell them where they can find us?
Oh, so you can find us on the Bookface.
Facebook.
Yeah, that thing. At the Kinky Coach. Or you can find us at any of the adult beverage websites. You like that?
I do, yeah.
Yes, because you're tasty. You're thirsty. Yeah.
Yes, thirsty.
So you can look for either Luna _ Logan, or you can look for the Kinky Coach and her Silver Fox. Yep.
So thank you for listening, and we hope you have a very sexy evening.
Have a good night.
You are listening to the Kinky Coach podcast with Stephanie
and Fox.